Hi everyone, I'm Squid, and today I'm going to be walking you through the reworks to Kayle, Karthus and Urgot in patch 14.2. So the patch has dropped and you can check out my highlights of the patch in the top right, but in this video we're going to look at the reworks of the 3 champs, how they have changed and how good they would be right now. Let's start with the lowest cost with Kayle. So Kayle in set 9.5 was a monster. With a Rage Blade she could absolutely carry. But in set 10 she's felt kinda meh? Like she hasn't been doing much. I think this is down to how her ability used to be, where she had to cast 3 times and then for the next 5 seconds she would deal magic damage and shred her target, before at the end of that 5 seconds she would then do a big finale and cast a large amount of magic damage. The issue was that you didn't really know where she was in that timeline and how far away she was from that finale. So in 14.2 they have reworked her, so now she is fully mana based. She is constantly going to be doing that magic damage, and then when she reaches the maximum 120 mana, she will then cast her finale and shred the enemy for 4 seconds. I much prefer this change because it gives clarity as to where she is in her ability, and you can then add the mana buff items, Rage Blade, Spear of Sojin, and it will actively benefit her. I can see her now coming into prominence. Next up, we have the Mosher tank Urgot and his rework. Though it is kind of a nerf, against tanks and solo champs, it's actually going to be a buff. So previously, he would attack twice and then cast his ability for 5 seconds, which was a damage cone that could destroy through a group of enemy champs. However, it was less effective against solo tanks, especially heavily armored ones. So for this rework, what they've done is they have reduced the overall spell AD from 170 to 160% at its base level. But if his spell only hits 1 target, it will then deal 50% bonus damage. Mortdog did say this could be increased if it is not effective enough. I like this change because not only does it give Urgot more presence in the tanky matchups, but also when you're playing against an Urgot, you can make sure you position your 2 tankiest members right in front of that Urgot so you cannot get that 50% damage bonus. Finally, it is the Lightbringer Karthus, who has probably had the most involved rework. So let's get to it. Previously, Karthus could instantly evaporate your backline, and it was no fun for anyone apart from the Karthus player. So now they have drastically reduced his spell AP down, which helps initially, but you still want your Karthus to be powerful. I mean, he is a 4 cost. So every time he casts his ability, he's going to gain 30 ability power. So after the first cast, it won't be too powerful, but by the 4th or 5th, that's going to be a bonus, 120, 150 ability power. That's going to hit hard. And now the final change. If he has the ability to critically hit, he will. So if you have Executioner 2 or more, Jeweled Gauntlet, or the Jeweled Lotus Augments, his ability will then always critically hit. This is going to be the biggest change, as I feel Karthus could become even more obnoxious, especially if you don't have a composition that is able to stun him or kill him before he gets a few of those casts off. So there we have it. Hopefully this video has helped explain the reworks and given you some ideas about how you might utilize them in your games going forward. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the reworks. But for now, I'm going to go play the set 3.5 revival, and as always, I'll see you in the arena.